Live in 3, 2. I hate being seen. Me. Hi y'all, welcome to Flambae. My name is Yanni, and today we're gonna be making a beautiful bourbon sweet potato dish for Thanksgiving. Music intro. Before we start, roast that like button, completely sear it, fry it, broil it, and bake it. Maybe write a comment on your little keyboards at home. Would love to hear from you. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get on with the video. Here we've got a beautiful basket of sweet potatoes. I'm gonna throw them in the oven at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. They're gonna get nice and roasty and toasty. You can boil sweet potatoes in order to get a mashed potato, but I like to roast them. I don't want any water to get in. They'll get really creamy and like steamed inside if I leave the skins on. Then I'll take them off and then we'll peel them. Lay them on a baking sheet. I'm just gonna cover them in olive oil. Just give them a little rub-a-dub-dub. It'll make the browning process happen a lot faster. Now that I'm tossing them in, I'm throwing them in the top rack of the oven because it just is a lot hotter up there. The process happens a lot more quickly. We ain't got time to hang out. So I've gone through and selected the most pretty pecans of the bunch. These are gonna go on top of our mash. Toast them a little bit, let them soak a little bit of bourbon, create the design on the outside, and also it'll give us that crunchy, nice texture that we're looking for. So take some butter, pop it in the pan. Some magic is happening on the stove. I'm gonna take these pecans and pop them in here. So give it a good mix. So maybe a couple minutes. They don't really need a lot of time. My buttery toasted pecans are in this lovely bowl here. I'm going to top them off with a little cinnamon. Let's give this a good little mix. Oh my goodness. Oh, it smells like the holidays in here. Wow. And I've got bourbon over here. We're going to pour this over. Let them soak for a little bit. Oof. Oh my God, I want a big old glass of this right now. We're gonna set it to the side, mix it every so often, so then whatever's on the bottom can flip to the top, and whatever's on the top can soak more bourbon up. So let's take this bowl of the ugly nuts here. We're gonna take these and we're gonna chop them up. We're gonna do a rough chop. God knows I love a rough chop. We're gonna break them up. These are gonna be dispersed evenly throughout our little mashed potatoes. So let's take a little bit more butter and pop it in your Dutch oven, let it melt. We're doing round 2 of toasting now. Let's take these and pop them in the Dutch oven. It immediately soaked up all of this, all of that butter. Just gone, like that. Little butter slut. I mean, like a butter sponge. The other S word. Next, let's pop in some of this brown sugar. Let it bubble just a bit. Yeah, smack them around a little bit. Let them know who's boss in this place. This is my kitchen. The sugars look like they're breaking down quite nicely. That, at the end of the spoon, is the brown sugar. It's gotten nice and sticky. That is exactly the texture we're looking for here. So next is time to throw in the bourbon. Now let the alcohol cook off. Beautiful. How to know when the sweet potatoes are done? You stick a fork in, and if it pierces it really easily, almost like butter, it's time to pull those bad boys out. Let's let these cute little kittens cool off for a little bit. Then we'll go ahead and peel them, but we can't touch them right now because we will get burned. It's cool, it's fine. Look at this. The skin literally just peels off. It's so easy. I brought out a peeler, but we don't even need it. It smells sweet and sugary, and it's golden inside. Gorgeous. Pop it in. Done. One and done. Not one and done. 6 and done. Boom. Nice. Nice. Okay. I feel great about that. Now, I guess let's mash. So, cut. Time to mash. I don't even own a potato masher. But these sweet potatoes have come out so soft that you can just mash them with a spoon. They will turn to cream real quick. So we're gonna add in a couple tablespoons of butter, a splash of orange juice, maple syrup for good measure, season with salt, and balance it out with black pepper. Now, nutmeg, and just because we can, a little pumpkin pie spice. Let's load it up in a pan. Let's top it with some of our candied pecans. Okay, now, I do not have a casserole dish. I wish I did, but I just don't. So I'm gonna lay it in my little cast iron pan, put the mashed potatoes in, and we'll top it off with some of our beautiful candied pecans. With our dish here, we went for a more rustic, countryside sort of feel, but if you want more of a refined look, after you remove the sweet potatoes from the oven and peel them, you take them and throw them in the food processor, really get a beautiful puree, and then it'll be smooth and silky. That's not my vibe, but maybe it's yours. And now the best part is decorating. This is obviously optional. This was really just on a whim, but just a little bit of brown sugar on top. Oh my gosh. All right, let's dig in. There is no delaying here. I want a lot. Were you judging me? It's creamy. There's like bursts of spices. A little bit of pumpkin spice mellows it out. The nutmeg and the cinnamon just, it warms it up. There's the sweetness from the maple syrup and the brown sugar, and then the orange juice adds just a touch of citrus. Oh, and then the toasted nuttiness. The toasted nuts are so delicious. Oh, this is such like a nostalgic thing to eat for me. It's so lovely. And the bourbon, 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 the bourbon. Get out. Get out, cut. Oh my God. My loves, my dears, my hearts, my little hearts watching, my fans, my FlamBaes, my FlamBaes. Should I trademark that? To my dear little FlamBaes out there, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. This recipe is really near and dear to my heart. A huge shout out to my cousins Candy and Nikki for showing me the magic of bourbon mashed potatoes. It's been the star of the show. It reminds me of being with my insane family on Thanksgiving. So I hope you get to share it with some really cool people. As always, like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, turn that little thing on. If you like my videos, please show me. Let's kick that YouTube algorithm in the butt. Thank you so much for watching Flambae. My name is Yanni. Until next time. The bourbon. The bourbon? The bourbon. The bourbon? The bourbon. The bourbon. Cut. Cut. Cut the tapes.